Today we're going to begin our project, and it is a texture project. So we're going to be using texture paste, and this is a thick version of a medium, which is something that paint can adhere to. So it's kind of like plaster that you see people using in construction, but it's safe for classroom, and it's used to just, again, build texture. What you want to do first is take a piece of paper, and you can either have whichever side you want. I don't mind if you want it on this darker side, but everybody's going to get a different color, or just keep with the white, but please put your name on it to start. The next thing you're going to do is take a big glob of this, and you're going to make the shape of a piece of corn cob. And today what we're doing is making a fall textured corn cob, and we'll use lots of fall colors to paint it. But the first thing we have to get down is our shape of our corn cob. And again, just think of it as a long extended triangle. If it helps, you can move your paper just to try and get the right shape and size. You want to leave a little bit of a gap on the top and the sides, so don't worry about trying to get it fill out the page. You just want to kind of have a decent sized corn cob, and it's a little more rounded and comes to a point at the end. And you're just going to give it a nice thin layer. Don't go crazy, don't go too far out, but just, again, it's almost like icing if you've iced a cake or anything like that. So you're just going to get a nice smooth layer. I'm holding this flat. You can see the bit of raised texture paint, and that is all you want to do at this point. Just get a nice thin coat, enough to make an impression in. Okay, and if you're happy with that shape, again, if it's high in one area, you can move it around, get some different areas there. As we continue, maybe sharpen up your side lines, and you can give that more of a straighter edge if you want, or the jagged edge is totally fine too, but you're going to see that this raised up a little bit. The next thing we want to do is start putting in our kernels. So what you need to think about is taking a pencil, and I'm going to give you a napkin, and you're going to start in the center, and you're going to draw a circle like so. If after each circle, you need to wipe a little bit off your pen, and you'll just keep going and adding a circle next to a circle like so, and just continue as you go. One thing you might think about is some of these may not be a full circle on the end, and may just be the suggestion of a kernel there. So find your next one. You can go think about putting it in the gap here. So instead of them lining up one on top of each other, you might think about one in between each row. So you're starting it between, one's filling in, a circle is filling in by each gap in the row before it. So you're just going to keep going. We need to finish it this week because it's going to dry, and we'll paint it next week. And again, it'll dry with this shape and keep the texture that you put on. Now the only other thing is, as you go down, your corn, if you've eaten corn, you'll notice that the kernels get smaller as they come down, right? So you want to think about smaller down here and bigger up here. So they might start to get a little bit bigger as you go up. And again, just keep wiping this off. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, again, giving the suggestion of a texture of the corn, which is just a bunch of bumps. And have fun. Watch what you're doing. Try and finish this today, or else next week it'll be, we won't be able to paint. So again, you can start to see all the kernels come together here, and have fun.